Brand new revelations today about the uber-rich convicted sex offender and accused underage sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein. Authorities searched a safe in his home and say they found piles of cash, dozens of diamonds, and an expired passport, foreign issued, with Epstein's picture, a fake name, and an address in Saudi Arabia. They shared this at a bail hearing today here in Manhattan, where the judge said he needs more time to decide whether to keep Epstein in custody or allow for a release on bail. A ruling on that is now set for Thursday, so 3 days from now. Some of Epstein's accusers were in today's hearing to urge the court to keep him locked up. Our producer in the courtroom describing it as emotional and tense. Epstein has pleaded not guilty to charges of underage sex trafficking, but prosecutors say the evidence against him is growing stronger by the day. Brian Yennis reporting live from the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Brian?
Shep, two of Jeffrey Epstein's accusers surprised the court today by briefly speaking at the end of the 2-hour bail hearing. They urged Judge Richard Berman to, quote, keep him locked up for the safety of the girls. Epstein shook his head in disapproval at the end of one of these victims' actual testimonies. Her name was Annie Farmer. She emotionally spoke about how she was sex trafficked to Epstein's New Mexico ranch. Farmer's attorney, David Boyce, spoke to Fox exclusively. He said Farmer wasn't planning on speaking today, but chose to after the defense tried to say this wasn't a sex trafficking case. In the last week, more than a dozen new victims have come forward. Accusers say Epstein is a convicted sex offender who would intimidate victims if freed on bail. If this man is granted bail, that victims will not speak out, do you think that it will be a deterrent?
I think it will be a deterrent. I think if victims see that he's been released, even if he's in supervised home custody, I think they will be concerned.
Farmer was standing right there next to her attorney. She chose not to speak on camera. Investigators say this morning they found a Saudi passport, by the way, inside a safe in Epstein's New York City mansion. The expired passport was dated 1982. It had Epstein's photo, but a different name. Prosecutors say that Epstein is an extreme flight risk. They not only cite his vast wealth, they obviously now point to the fact that he had that passport inside that safe. Shep?
What are we hearing from the Epstein's defense team?
Well, they're basically asking for house arrest. They want Epstein to be able to spend the duration of the trial and pretrial inside his $77 million, 21,000 square foot townhouse. They say Epstein will agree to nearly any condition and he'll pay nearly any bond, including more than $100 million in bails. They also say that Epstein over the last 14 years has shown to be responsible. They note that there hasn't been any other cases that have come up against him since those accusations between 2002 and 2005. But the prosecution says they found near thousands of photos of underage girls in his mansion just over a week ago when they went in there, which obviously makes this all a moot point, according to them, given the fact that they believe he's a current danger when they found those photos in his house. Shep?
Brian Yennis reporting live from the courthouse.